Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my corner of the internet. My name once again is Jason, and today we are back with some more Arma 2, specifically the Chaos Storm campaign I started a little while back. There's a few reasons for this. Well, the first thing is my computer sucks. And I've gotten a lot of suggestions for different mods and stuff like that I would love to showcase, but my CPU just cannot handle them. So, going the custom mission route, I'm able to actually create, we'll say, smaller encounters and situations that can that actually they actually play well, and they can be a cool experience. Now, I do understand that this kind of turns some people off. I think one of the big draws of the Warfare series is that it's an ongoing sort of campaign, and up till now, I haven't been as, we'll say, transparent with what I've done behind the scenes with the Chaos Storm. So, basically, what we're doing here, I've gone ahead and I've got this map that I'm basically editing over that basically shows the controlled territories by the Resistance, or like the rebels rather, Blue 4, which is the army of the Czech Republic, and the Russians up in the north. I've also got a rough, we'll say, army strength. Figured out, and that is represented over on the right hand side as well. Now these numbers actually represent an actual number of inventory slash available units and resources in the game. So I've got a piece of paper, well, I've got a couple of pieces of papers and a spreadsheet next to me that I use to calculate what forces can be available in what areas before we go. So basically I'm doing warfare on paper, and then I'm playing out each encounter based on that. So that's kind of what I'm doing with Chaos Storm now, and I'm going to try to more and more, we'll say, let you guys see a little bit of the behind the scenes, so so you guys can actually see that it's not just a bunch of disjointed missions that I'm putting together just because I think they're cool. I've actually I've got a set of rules that I'm trying to use to regulate this and kind of create that warfare experience. Without actually, but taking the load off of my processor while still making things feel nice and big and epic. So, enough of the introduction. Let's go ahead and jump on into the briefing. Jumping over to, let's say, my local map here. We have our map here, and we have a rebel-controlled Guglovo. Now, this is one of the areas, we'll say, up in the northwestern part of the rebels' territory, where they've gone ahead and they've claimed. And basically, at this point here, it is about 9 in the morning, and the weather doesn't look the best, doesn't look the nicest. We've got some fog, and we are going to be going and working on reclaiming this town. Now, we don't know. We're unsure if there are any civilians in the area, so we have to be cautious. We can't just go in, we can't start shelling the place. We can't, use artillery strikes to soften things up. So it's going to be a ground-based mission. And due to the fact that we had a special forces team that went in one of the previous missions I recorded, that, if I recall correctly, failed in taking out the anti-air in the area. So we've got to be a little bit careful. Plus, I believe the air has been allocated to a different location. Right now, it's a little bit more intense or needed there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take things nice and slow. We're going to do basically a ground advancement. We've got approximately, five or six squads of troops moving up to take the town. We expect, we'll say, some resistance. We know they've got some trucks, with we'll say some machine guns on the back and that, but I don't think we're going to encounter too much. There will be, we'll say, a lot of infantry resistance, but we also, let me see, where are they parked? Because I know we have some vehicles that are going to be bringing up the rear. We've got the Dingo over there. It's got a nice mounted gun on the top, and there's the truck that we rolled in with. Where is it? I do not see it. It's probably parked nearby behind a bush, and that will be providing some support as well, and some supplies should we need to rearm. Oh yeah, they're all right over there. See, over the hill. So, and we do have one squad that's sort of watching the rear. That will be sort of a rear guard or reserve time. I just read the bottom. A reserve group should we need some extra forces. So we're going to go ahead and begin our advance. Now, as you can see, we've already got some friendly squads moving up. We were actually taking things pretty cautiously, even this far out, because actually I believe that's a house that's close to the town, but there are enemy patrols, and like I've designed the missions before, there are random elements. So I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be facing, when we're going to be facing it. So we definitely want to take our time. And people are yelling. So there's definitely, we'll say, no emphasis on stealth, evidently, because those guys just decide they want to just start screaming their heads off. So we've got, we're gonna hug mostly the road, but there are groups that are going to be moving, as you can see here, off to our right. They're going to be trying to circle around and sort of flank the town from the south, and we also have a team that's going to be moving up into the up those hills through the trees and approaching from the north. My squad, the one that I'm in control of, is going to be moving mostly down the center, and yeah, that's it. Now we want to probably advance roughly around the same pace as the other teams, because that way it'll prevent flanking or weakness in our formation. We also don't want to get too far ahead, because if we're very far ahead, then it makes us easier to be flanked. So actually, I think our buddies are actually already over the hill. Where's my binoculars? Let me take a look. I think I just heard a gunshot. Oh, and I saw a tracer. So we've evidently already got a contact. I couldn't tell where that came from, though. I think the tracer came from over by that house. Okay, so my buddy sees someone, apparently. Let's go ahead and use the binoculars to sort of scan. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing some gunfire. I can't tell if he's firing or if he's just looking. Yeah, those are friendlies. They definitely seem to be looking in that direction, though. Let me see. Yeah, so it looks like they're actually kind of looking down that hill. Oh. Yeah, so they're looking over in this direction here. So we're going to actually, I'm going to cross the road here, and we're going to approach over from the left-hand side. I'm actually going to tell my team to go into, we'll say, a danger mode, so a little bit more alert, and we're going to advance up. Yeah. So basically, we've definitely got a full engagement happening, because I hear lots of shooting at this point. Okay. Now, do we have a team up there? So I'm gonna scan the tree line now. One thing I did put into the mission, there's some things I can go ahead and take some creative liberties with, and that was playing with the weather, because we've never really played with poor weather before. So I've made it so it's got a little bit of fog, and forecasted weather is going to be a little bit rainy, so that will definitely limit visibility, and it'll add, we'll say, a new dimension. That sounded close. Add a new dimension to the overall experience. Let me see. Okay, so that's a friendly. Yeah, they're moving up towards that house. So I think that it's probably the over by that house right over there that we're taking fire from. So 200 meters. That's actually pretty close. So I'm gonna actually get right behind. I'm actually gonna clear this building real quick. Okay. That was pretty sloppy because my gun was hitting the door and wasn't the best, but all right, now I'm just gonna wait a second and let my team advance. Because we don't have a whole lot of support, we've got to, and because, like I've stated before, resources are, oh, game, why do you got to do this to me? Because resources are limited, even though our army strength is overall higher, that doesn't mean we can just start tossing things at, you know, into the meat grinder, as it were. You know, if they have an entrenched position, you know, if they've got the defensive advantage, right? Because they've got the land laid out, they've got, you know, their positions already set up. We're the ones trying to push through that. So we still have to be cautious despite having the resource advantage. Now it's actually also really disorienting because my sound on my system is messed up and it's not giving. So I think it's the audio jack, and it's not giving me anything out of my right channel. So if I get flanked from the right, I am screwed. Just letting you know in case anyone's like, "Dude, are you deaf? The stuff's obviously happening over there." That's my problem. Okay, so we're actually putting fire down. Okay, our dingo has moved up a bit. Okay, I'm gonna stick to these bushes, keep me concealed, relatively concealed as well. I'm gonna keep scanning the area. Yeah, I'm a little bit too far out. I want to. The problem with going along the road is that there's a lot of open space, and I really don't want to be traversing across just wide open areas. It's a little bit better now that I've got you know, the vehicle with me, but it always makes me uneasy crossing open space. Let's see. Yeah, visibility is definitely really limited here. Oh, I see movement. That definitely looks like a hostile. Okay. Now, the other nice thing is, thanks to the suppression mod I'm running, the AI can actually be suppressed. And I've covered that in a previous video. It was a TPWCAS, I think it was called. And it is a mod that basically, if you start firing near AI, they recognize that they're under fire, and they will prioritize getting to cover before, we'll say, returning it. Oh, I see contacts over there. There was a guy down there, but he went prone, so... Oh, yeah, I see him. There's another one right there. Yeah, I see him moving. It's hard to get a shot here. My scope sucks. I didn't think I'd be able to engage really at this range because I wasn't sure exactly how much fog there would be, because I didn't want to do too much playtesting. I didn't want to learn the mission like the back of my hand, you know? I wanted there to be some surprise. I can't even see him anymore. I don't even know if I'm hitting near him. Okay. Run over here, reload gun, pull out the binoculars, and take another look. Oh, wait, I see a guy. He's just standing there. Right there. I wonder why he was just standing there. I don't know if he was trying to scope out the area or his AI broke. Who knows? Okay. I need to start making use of my guys a little bit more. So we'll say 2 and 3. I would like you guys... Okay, let's get you guys, those 2 guys to advance. 4 and 5, I would like to go ahead, you guys to go ahead and flank left. Go up a little bit on the hill. Give us a little bit of cover. 6, 7, I'd like you to flank right. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my guys to spread out a little bit. And by doing that, you know, we're not all concentrated in one area, and it gives us wider, you know, line of sight. That way, we're not going to get snuck up on as easily. It's a good thing. All right, 2, pull back. 2, get back here. 2, you moron! You're getting wounded. No, don't heal up right there. Okay, well, hopefully he won't take too much fire from behind that bush. What the heck is that? Oh, crap! What the... Everyone pull back! Everyone fall back! Run!